The Property Show brings you an in-depth analysis of the country's real estate development. Advice and tips from property owners, engineers, and finance entities that will lead you to owning your dream home. The Property Show.
Hello and welcome to the Property Show. As you know, in our last episode, we were at IPRC KIGALI, where we spoke to some students from the Civil Engineering Department, sharing with us the knowledge that they get from this institute and what they are planning on doing in the future. Today, we are going to extend our conversation and talk to one of the students who managed to put that knowledge into practice. But before we get into that, let's start with our interior designing segment. My name is Brenda. Welcome to the Property Show.
The Property Show.
This is our interior designing segment, and if you have watched our previous episode, we talked about how you can redecorate or decorate your office and give it more life. That is the office where you go and work from, not at home. Today I want to give you 4 essential things that you need to incorporate into your home office to make sure that it's functional, yet give it even that beauty that you need, because most of the time you don't want to bring your work at home, but sometimes there's no any other way. You have to. Sometimes you don't even have to go to the office depending on what you do. So if you want to have your office at home, these are the 4 things that you can do to make sure that it's functional and then it's beautiful at the end of the day. The number 1 thing that you need to focus on if you're creating a home office, you need to make sure that you splurge on the settings. Yes, because this is where you're going to spend most of the time. And remember, if you're going to spend more hours seated and you're not comfortable, that's not a good thing. That's going to create problems for you. You're going to feel some pain or even some long-term illness that you shouldn't be getting in the first place. So if you're creating a home office, make sure that you put some money in the seating that you're buying. Make sure that it's comfortable. Make sure that you sit with your shoulders upright. You make sure that you can do some movements in your seat. Don't go with something small, and then don't go with something that is up there or down there. Make sure that you sit in it before you actually take it home. Sit in it, turn around, make sure that it's comfortable for you. Count the hours that you're going to be seated in that seat, because this is different from the couch that you have. This is different from the bed that you. This is a place that where you're going to sit, creating ideas, and I mean that's your workplace. So make sure that you put some money in the setting. Don't just go and grab something that is going to just waste your money for no reason. Have it for 5 months and your back is paining and you have to change it. Make sure that you put your time in search for a seat that you're going to use. And then make sure you have at least more than 1 seat in your office. If you have like maybe 1 or 2 other seats opposite you, so that if you have to have some guests in your office, they have somewhere to sit. And to give it some modern twist, you can go for maybe they can be a different color of yours or different patterns of the one that you're sitting on. And that will give it even more life. Number 2 is add plenty of lighting. If you're going to spend most of your time in this office, you have to make sure that the lighting is more than enough actually, because you want to be able to adjust it. You want to be able, depending on the mode, depending on what you're working on, depending on the hours, you have to make sure that you don't get limited by the lighting that you have in your office. So make sure that you have plenty of lighting and different kinds of lights so that you can use whichever you want whenever you want. It's a good idea. So if you're working for long hours and you don't have enough lighting, then you're going to create problems for your eyesight. So make sure that you don't get to have that. We want to create something beautiful here. It's your home office. It has to be comfortable, because working at home, actually, you end up spending a lot of time working more than when you go to the office. Well, that's how it happens with me anyways. So make sure that it's comfortable, you have enough lighting. Let it be in the morning, let it be in the noon, let it be if you're working at night. Make sure that the lighting is enough and you can adjust it depending on how you want it. Nzirorera Alexandra is a student at IPRC Kigali. This young entrepreneur offers world-class master plan architecture, as he claimed. To understand this, we paid him a visit at school where he was given an office to put in practice what they have learned so far. To understand exactly why it's necessary to obtain a better visualization of a project using these advanced architecture methods.
Actually, in architecture field, it's a world-class technology that I'm talking about is work through animation, which is actually used in those foreign countries that are the most developed, and it is absolutely needed while presenting high-rise building or other design to be constructed in a certain area to convince the client for all corners of the building or any property which is going to be developed, to convince the client about the materials, the beauty or aesthetic of your house.
How did you get into that?
Firstly, I was studying in IPRC Kigali about software of designing, and I was eager to know what technology used while designing master plan. Like as you see the city of Kigali in 2030, which we are learning designing. What do people really use while designing master plan? Is this software that we are using? And the lecturer said no. There are other dedicated softwares that are being used, but not familiar to Rwandans. So I say, due to my passion, I must start learning this. I used the internet, started from Madagascar Architecture Institution, learning those designing software. After ending my courses, I asked for certificate and they said, no, this is hands-on skills. We do not offer the certificates. We actually make sure that you are able to deliver project from scratch till completion. And I say, how am I going to convince Rwandans without any paper as a testimony? And I decided to continue, not to stop or to quit. I progressed searching the online learning program that can help me to get that certificate that will convince people that I'm able to do those designs. And I get an offer to continue in Harvard University. It's a world-leading technology college. And due to different people I met on that platform of learning in Harvard University, it helped me a lot to improve my skills.
Against all odds, Alexandra managed to convince the school to provide high-quality rendering machine that allows him and the team to execute different projects. However, in terms of getting clients, it hasn't been easy for them to break through due to lack of awareness.
We are the first task we have is just to let people in a country know that we are using this technology, because it is an absolute, it is an obligation to use this technology while launching or presenting any high-rise buildings project or any advanced property design. And it is still being a burden to Rwandans to go in foreign countries or hiring other foreigners to do the job, which is not good. And as you can see my design in an animated way, you see the culture, Rwandan culture-related textures or other structures that cannot be designed by any foreign designer. So just to solve this issue, we are here to serve Rwandans. We need Rwandans to work with us, just to improve our made in Rwanda product. In the interior design you have made, you will see the bedroom which is arranged with igitenge. the idea that can't be owned by anyone else except Rwandans.
You talked about your journey, you talked about the obstacles that you've made and all that. What have you achieved so far?
So far we are with different projects, but the first big project we are done with is this tennis courts. It is being undertaken here as a 3 phases project. First phase is composed by 4 tennis courts. The second is 2 tennis courts, which complete 6 tennis courts. The third one is to build a multi-story house which will accommodate the people in tournament or other competition outside of the nation or inside of our nation.
Tell me, where do you see yourself in the next, let's say, 10 years?
We are aiming to go higher across the globe. It is being undertaken through online. As the internet is the richness that the people in the developing country we have. We have been creating online selling service to offer the designs or other construction related documents online without stepping out of your door. Just stay your home, open your computer or telephone, go on our website, open construction documents. You see the massive designs that you can't miss what fits your dream. And you choose your dream home and you follow the terms and conditions and you download it directly in your computer. You pay online. Wherever you may be, even in Germany, even in China, you do it online. That's it. We are still working on it. It will be completed in 3 months coming. And our company is working to hire people permanently, because right now I'm working with a team, but by the project. If the project comes, they get a job and implement, then we quit. Then we are working to stabilize our economy so that we may hire different people required in the construction field permanently. Right now we have the full team, which allows us to work as a design or concept study company. But next time we need to have that team permanently, and just to play a role in the engineering field, because this is going to be undertaken through our Golden Training Academy, which has started soon, in a few weeks ago. Our training academy is aiming to change our engineering industry in this way. As you can see, in the developing country, we study engineering options. And you hear outside of the campus, the work is being done by those people from Asia, from Europe. This has been burdened to myself, that it is going to be solved by Golden Training Academy through short courses training. I must establish a training academy where the people will learn that manual manner in a class, then come to technologize it with, according to the marketplace. That will raise both sides, in the class or at the marketplace.
When we talk about vocation training schools, a lot of you don't understand why they should go there, why they should send their kids there. What would you say? What's your message to them?
In 2008 is for the first time when architecture arrived in the Rwandan campus. And in that time, Italy was with 4 times architectural building designers in the whole continent. This proves that our continent is still at low level of experts in this field. If you come in a campus and you learn to do something manually without using any technology, it is not required at the marketplace. Like I'm still a student, and simultaneously at the marketplace, it has increased my experience. Our training academy is aiming just to offer the people market-related skills, where you will learn while doing, not learning only, also practicing. We need firstly Rwandans, because this training academy is not going to go outside of our country, just it will work locally.
You're still watching the Property Show, and this is our luxury living segment. Today, we always talk about how to upgrade your home and give it that luxurious feel and all that. But most people, they want to tone it down because they don't want to go over the top. But some personalities are just made to shine. So if your personality is made to shine, why not your home? Why not your interior designing? So today I'm going to share with you how you can actually incorporate more glitz and shine in your home without it looking like over the top. So you want your home to shine, to have those glitz and shines, but then you're like, maybe it might be too much. Let me show you how you can tone it down and give it the right amount. The number one tip here is go with bold colors and prints. There's nothing that says glamorous as those bold colors. There's no way you're going to make a statement with those boring colors. So if you want to make it happen, go with the bold colors, go with the bold patterns. And then I want you to follow this rule. Make sure that you pick 3 colors, and then maybe you can give your number one favorite color, give it a 60, the second one give it a 30, and another one give it a 10. So tone them down according to that. The color that you love so much, make sure you paint it 60% of the house, and the second color, give it 30%, and the third, give it a 10%. That will give you a balance of everything. You have your favorite color, you have your second favorite color, and your third favorite color, and they are all in there. But then your most favorite is on the top, is what you see most. If you get those colors in line, it's going to be easy for you to bring in those shining items that you want. It's going to be easy for you to bring in those sparkling chandeliers and other things that you want to put in your house, because they are going to come complementing the bold colors that you already have in your house. Number 2, play with the shapes. Yes, shape is another that is going to help you infuse in your personality. So stop buying those boxy things that everyone is buying. If you're going for furniture shopping, look out, look for something a little bit different. Look for something with a different shape different from what your friends has or what you already have in your house that you want to change. Go for something with the different angles, that has beautiful angles that you actually give eyes some visual interest. Okay, so make sure that the shapes are different. And it's so tempting to go for different shapes in things that you bring in your house, but then you don't want to make chaos in your home. So make sure that you go for 3 again. So go for 3 shapes and then repeat them to make sure that you have a cohesive look in your home. So if you go for probably a square and a round and a rectangular, I don't know, whatever that you're going for, but make sure they are in 3s. So even if you're bringing in other elements of design, make sure those elements are in those 3 shapes that you already have in your house. So when you're looking at how you can redecorate or redesign your sitting room or your dining room, make sure you're going for the 3 shapes. You can pick any shape that you want, just make sure that they're in the 3. Number 3, introducing plenty of shine. This is something that we all want, but then we're like, how do we go about this? Now, this is how you're going to introduce plenty of shine in your house, and it doesn't look like you're going over the board and doesn't look like you're going crazy about it. Choose just one item and then go with it. For example, you can choose to bring in the shine with the light fixtures. So if you choose that my fixtures are going to be the focal point of shine, so go for that bold and shiny chandelier. Go for a fixture for your entryway. Put a fixture in your dining room, put a fixture in your kitchen, in your bedroom, and make sure that it demands attention. Those kind of fixtures, they are going to bring in the shiny, they are going to demand the attention, and they are going to incorporate with the bold colors that we talked about and the shapes that you already added in your house. And trust me, the shiny is going to take over and you're going to love it. And lastly, if you want to have that luxurious feel in your home, don't forget about balance. Yes, you want to balance everything, because if we talked about the three most important things in here. So we talked about the bold colors and patterns, we talked about bringing in the shine, just picking something that you can go with, and we talked about shape. So make sure that the bold colors, the shape, and the shining items that you're bringing in, make sure that they balance, because if the shapes takes over the colors, if the shape take over the shine, then you're losing at the end of the day. If the chandeliers that you brought in take over the colors and take over the patterns that you have, so you have to make sure that you balance everything. Getting glamorous items in the house is pretty expensive and not an easy job to do. So make sure you go slowly to make sure that you actually don't get to spend your money and then you don't like the item at the end of the day. So make sure that you go one step at a time. How does it make you feel when you look at this room? After painting it, after putting in these fixtures, after bringing in these different shapes, sit back and ask yourself, how does it make you feel? Then you can go changing slowly by slowly, because it doesn't happen in just one day. It takes time. You will buy some items and after a week you don't like them. That's okay, it happens. So don't blame yourself for anything else. That happens to each and every one of us. So that's all we had in our luxury living segment for today. We have come to an end of the property show. You heard it from Mr. Nziroda Alexander. His passion and determination pushed him to achieve what we think it's so hard to achieve, but yes, he did. So for you who is home watching the property show and you're sitting in your comfort zone, please get out there and make it happen, because it is possible. This is it for today. My name is Brenda and I wish you well. See you next time.